What's up? So if you have one of those nice Mac studios at home in your office, you definitely should have a couple of accessories to make your overall workflow way easier. And that's why I want to share 10 awesome accessories with you that I can highly recommend to check out. I've collected a variety of awesome things for your desk setup, so let's get straight into today's video with number 1. In combination with the Mac Studio, I decided to upgrade my old iMac accessories as well because they were a little bit older. So I decided to get some new and fresh ones for my Mac Studio. And yes, I personally really like the Apple keyboard in combination with the Magic Mouse. It's minimalistic, easy to use, and the whole package just goes hand in hand with my own workflow. And exactly that's why I highly recommend to invest in a good keyboard and mouse that fits your own needs. Because if you have to work over a long period of time, you should set your focus on making it as comfortable as possible for you to get your work done. So even though the keyboard and mouse were two expensive accessories, I still need to say that it was worth it to spend some more money on that. And since I don't really buy new keyboards or new mouse that often, I think it's okay to spend some more money on that to actually get the right one for my own workflow. And if we quickly take a look at both accessories, I like the fact that they are rechargeable, so now I don't need to change these batteries all the time. I can easily connect the cable to charge them and that's it. Of course, I need to mention that the Magic Mouse design isn't the best for a device that needs to be charged, so no one really understands that decision. But however, I still never had any issues here. Another accessory that I always like to mention is this one here. This one is one of those huge mouse pads. And yes, I really like these big mouse pads because I always have to use a variety of things on my table, like a coffee mug, my smartphone, a notepad, my MacBook, and all these kind of things. So what happens is that I always need to move stuff around on my table, like my keyboard or mouse. And exactly that's why I've bought this big mouse pad, so I can use the mouse nearly everywhere on my table. In the end, it makes my whole workflow way easier and faster, and that's the most fundamental thing here, to improve my own productivity. So if you have a couple of things on your home office desk, maybe think about to buy such a huge mouse pad to avoid the problem that your mouse won't work properly on that table. But now let's move on and let's talk about another great accessory for your Mac Studio, and here we need to talk about lights. What I really like to do is to work in the evening or even at night, and especially in this case it is really important to have a decent lamp on your desk setup. And exactly that's why I have such a monitor LED bar here for my Mac Studio. This one is the BenQ Screen Bar Plus. It is in my opinion one of the best options, especially if you want to work in the evening or at night. In this case I can simply use this little controller here to dim the light, and I can decide if I want to use warm or cold light. In my opinion that is really nice because you can actually adjust everything until you got the perfect lighting setup for your workspace. And on top, the overall setup is really easy. You simply mount it to your monitor and connect it via USB to your Mac Studio, and that's it. I've also noticed that there are also some newer versions out there, so if you need a lamp for your desk setup, maybe check them out. And no, this is not sponsored by the way, I just like this product. Another great accessory for your Mac Studio that goes hand in hand with the iPhone, for example, is this one here. This is a charger for my iPhone because I always need to use my iPhone for a variety of things, and that's why it's really important that I can always charge it and grab it whenever I need it. So especially if you don't like to have a lot of cables on your desk, such a charging pad is one of the best and cheap accessories that you can buy. You just need to connect it to your Mac Studio and it's ready to use. Currently I'm thinking about to buy a new version that I can use to charge my Apple Watch and the AirPods a little bit easier as well, but in most cases you can easily use such a standard one like this one here and you're set. But one of the best accessories for the Mac Studio is of course the Apple Studio display. I know this is a really expensive monitor and there are a variety of options out there that you can easily buy for your home office desk setup. But in my opinion, if you work in the creative space, the Apple Studio display is one of the best options for everyone who is already in the Apple ecosystem. I personally decided to buy the base model version here, and that means no nano texture and no height adjustments. And the reason why I decided to not spend more money on that is that this version is in most cases the one that you need. Of course, in some situations the nano texture or the height adjustment might be worth it, but in my case the base version is just perfect. Hardware-wise, the Studio display is of course absolutely solid. The whole chassis is made out of aluminum and glass, including all kind of awesome details around it. A lot of people don't really like the black bezels, but I need to say that I don't really notice them while using the display. Of course, in this case less is always great, but for me it's not a huge deal and I'm really happy with the whole design. It just looks great. So in the end this display is in my opinion the easiest all-in-one solution for Mac users, and I would totally buy this display again. The whole build quality is fantastic and the whole workflow in combination with the Mac Studio is just great. The only downsides are the missing power button, the power cord, and in most cases the price. But especially here I think it is a great investment for a long period of time. Another accessory that actually improved my productivity and my Mac Studio workflow is this little box right here. This is the Focusrite Scarlett audio interface. Since I'm working a lot with video and audio footage, one of the most important things are good speakers, and on top I absolutely don't like to work the whole day with headphones, so that's why this is another big reason to buy good speakers. But if you use speakers like these Yamaha HS8 here, you simply need an audio interface to connect them to your Mac Studio, and that's why I decided to go with the Focusrite Scarlett here. This audio interface offers everything that I need for a perfect workflow. I can easily control my HS8 using this wheel here, and on top I can connect my headphones as well, and I can change the volume here too. If we now check out the left side of it, you can see the microphone input. So yeah, I can even connect my Rode NT2A microphone to record voiceovers, for example. So yeah, all in all, this little box here is actually a tiny all-in-one box that fits right under my studio display, and it makes it possible that I don't have to worry about setting up my audio equipment anymore. On top, it just costs around 150 euros, so actually not that much for such an audio interface. In my opinion, it is actually really beginner friendly, and that's why I can highly recommend to check that out. And since we already started to talk about audio equipment, let's talk about my studio headphones. I definitely need to mention the Biodynamic DT770 Pro as well. I actually have them in my studio for a couple of years now as well, and I don't want to miss them anymore. The audio quality is absolutely great. For sure, everyone has some different preferences, especially in this case, but if you're looking for some really good headphones for your Mac Studio for all kind of audio productions, these are the way to go. In the end, you actually get a neutral sound profile that is really helpful for recordings or even video editing sessions, and I personally use them for a variety of things. They never let me down. So yeah, especially if you need some good sounding headphones with a neutral sound balance, they are a great addition for your Mac Studio. However, if you just want some headphones that you can use with your phone, for example, I would check out some other headphones that aren't made just for studio productions. And of course, we need to talk about the AirPods Pro as well. One of the best Apple accessories are, in my opinion, the AirPods Pro. I got the AirPods Pro because they're actually in-ear headphones that I really like. The audio quality is, in my opinion, so great, and in combination with the noise cancelling, you can actually enjoy all kind of videos, music or podcasts everywhere. And yes, obviously the AirPods Pro are perfect for the Apple ecosystem. Because yeah, for example, whenever I use a device like my Mac Studio, I can simply grab the AirPods, put them in my ear, and my Mac Studio automatically connects with my AirPods. And exactly the same thing happens if I use my iPhone or MacBook as well. So that is super helpful, makes the whole workflow way easier because I don't really need to care about all these kind of things. So yeah, in the end it just works, and that's what I want. So if you're looking for an easy all-in-one solution, the AirPods Pro are the way to go. And last but not least, another great accessory for the Mac Studio is an external hard drive. And this one here is a portable external hard drive that I use all the time to create backups and to repair a couple of things that I might need later on when I'm not at my desk. So whenever I leave my home office, I can simply grab the external hard drive with all my projects, and I always know that I have all the important files with me. So if I need anything on the go, I can simply use this hard drive to get back to work. And that's why I highly recommend to have such a portable hard drive at home. Because yeah, it is always annoying if you can't get anything done just because some files are missing. But yeah, these are my favorite Mac Studio accessories that I always use here in my home office. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay updated for upcoming videos, and I'll see you in the next video.